case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1987, the Supreme Court of the United States was involved in a groundbreaking case revolving around the question of whether victim impact statements, VIS, could be considered during the sentencing phase of a capital murder trial. The case in question, Booth v. Maryland, threw into sharp relief the potential implications of VIS on the constitutionality of such trials, particularly in relation to death penalty sentencing. The predicament emerged during the trial of John Booth, who was facing the death penalty for the murder of the Bronsteins. Following a gruesome crime, the State Division of Parole and Probation conducted a series of interviews with the victim's family members. The resulting VIS not only depicted the victim's personal characteristics, but also laid bare the emotional and psychological harm the murder inflicted on their family. Despite the defense counsel's vigorous attempts to challenge the inclusion of the VIS as evidence, the Maryland trial court permitted its consideration. Consequently, Booth was sentenced to death, a conviction that triggered a higher court review. In a turn of events, the Supreme Court flipped the script. They decried the inclusion of the VIS, as it held within it the potential to jeopardize the rational integrity of the process. The court made a categorical assertion that the Eighth Amendment's requirement for reasoned decision-making was potentially infringed by the subjective emotional distress laid out in the VIS, thus creating the risk of arbitrary and capricious death penalty sentencing. Consequently, the court deemed the VIS in this specific case as invalid. The Maryland statute that allowed for such evidence in capital cases was also struck down. Hence, Booth's case was subsequently remanded for a re-evaluation of its sentencing, marking a significant shift in the way capital murder trials are adjudicated in the United States.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.